It's so nice to be able to be done with the 4 stars of Honkai Star Rail. Now, as you guys have known for a while now, I have been really wanting to get with the 5-star train right now because we have so many 5 stars we got to talk about. As of this recording, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think that's 12. 5. Let me recount because I'm dumb. 12. So we got 12 other 5 stars to talk about because we've already talked about the Trailblazer in both forms. But today we're going to start off with one of the general pool 5 stars that has also been in Honkai before. So this isn't going to be somebody who's like brand new to the series. And her name is Bronya. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Actually, before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And of course, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Bronya was my go-to 5-star. Sorry for the voice crack there, but yeah, she was my go-to 5-star when I did the closed beta 1 because she is just that dang good. She is one of the best supports in the game starting out. Let's go ahead and talk about her real quick. So, basic attack, obviously, does wind damage. Pretty self-explanatory. Combat redeployment, her skill dispels a debuff from a single ally, advances forward their action by 100%, and increases their damage by 36, 72, and 79% for 1 turn. So, why is that important? If you are able to get your actions off quicker, you're able to do more. So let's say you have a DPS that's going to do a lot of damage and you use this combat redeployment from Bronya, you're getting that extra percentage of damage on top of that, which ultimately helps you out with dealing more damage to the enemy in general. Honestly, this skill has did save me a bunch of times in the closed beta when I was still learning everything, and I didn't realize how good it was until later on when I was like, oh, this actually works perfect for me. Now, let's talk about the Bellowbog March, the ultimate. Increases the attack of all allies by 36, 60, 64%, and increases their crit damage equal to 12, 16, and 17% of Bronya's crit damage, plus an additional 12, 20, and 21% for 2 turns. That is crucial, and it makes building Bronya, in my opinion, a little bit tougher, and we'll get to that with the relics and stuff, but let's go ahead and continue. First talent, leading the way. After using her basic attack, Bronya's next attack will be advanced forward by 15, 30, and 33%. Very good, because again, you want to make sure that you get your attacks off quicker. Now, Banner of Command. After using Bronya's technique in the next battle, all allies' attack increases by 15% for 2 turns. She's basically just buffing your team the entire time. That's why it's so important to have a character like her on the team. Whether you have a healer or you have Bronya, it's crucial. It's very crucial. And I can't say any, like, I could go on about Bronya, basically, about how good she is. Let's talk about traces. A2 trace, command. Bronya's basic attack crit rate increases by 100%. That's right. 100% crit rate. She's not going to be your DPS, but at least it's good for Bronya because again, once you get this trace 1 or trace A2 where you increase your crit rate by 100%, you don't have to worry about getting crit rate on your relics. That's huge. All you gotta do is focus on that crit damage for the ultimate to get that extra crit damage on your team members. It's freaking bananas to me. Major trace at A4, battlefield. At the beginning of the battle, increases all allies' defense by 20% for 2 turns. This is good just because extra defense will always be a good thing. Even though defense, from what I've seen in Hoyoverse games, unless your character scales off of defense, doesn't really play too much of a role. However, in this game, that's big. Military might at A6, or your third major trace. When Bronya is on the field, all allies deal 10% more damage. She's just buffing in general. It's just ridiculous how much buffing she does. Now let's talk about the Eidolons. As we talked about before, guys, don't worry about Eidolon level 3 and 5 because they're just talent upgrades. Let's talk about Hone Your Strength Eidolon level 1. Using Bronya's skill has a 50% fixed chance of recovering 1 skill point. This effect has a 1-turn cooldown. That's big because, again, you want to be able to regenerate your skill as fast as possible. Eidolon level 2, Quick March. After the ally targeted by Bronya's skill takes action, their speed is increased by 30% for 1 turn. So not only, like, after you use your skill and they get to attack again, they get a 30% buff to speed after they attack, which means that they are quicker to attack again. Again, like, Bronya is just freaking ridiculous, dude, when it comes to the buffs. Take by surprise, Eidolon level 4. After an ally uses basic attacks on an enemy with wind weakness, Bronya immediately launches a follow-up attack on the target, dealing wind damage equal to 80% of Bronya's basic attack damage. This effect can only be triggered once per turn. Now again, Bronya's not entirely a DPS, but you are going to want to scale her attack when it comes to support in general. So this works out perfect if you get her A4. Now, or not A4, Eidolon level 4. Now, granted, that means that you have to summon a lot and hope that you get a lot of Bronya. But Bronya is going to be a general pool unit, so not gonna have to worry about that too much because she'll be there all the time. And then, of course, Piercing Rainbow, the Eidolon 6. The ally damage boost effect of Bronya's skill extends its duration by 1 turn. So I believe it's talking about either the Bellowbog March or the Banner of Command. If it's talking about this, for 3 turns you get freaking crit damage up the wazoo. My word. So we talked about before how she's part of the Harmony Path, and let's go ahead and kind of go over that because we've already figured out what she does. Characters of this path provide buffs to their allies and cooperate with allies to boost the party's overall battle power. Bronya does more than just, oh yeah, it's a little buff. It's a big buff. Now, oh, that's light codes. Let's not talk about that. First thing I want to talk about is relics, because this one is challenging. Really, really is. So as you can see, like, I feel as though not really many of these are going to work out for Bronya because it's all physical damage, like you could do the wind damage one, but honestly, I don't think it's worth. What I think you should do, right? And this is going to be a really big one. Bellowbog of the Architects, right? It says a 2-piece, but really, like, it's kind of tough because I don't know how this is gonna work. But this one, or not Bellowbog of the Architects, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. There was another one. Where is it? Where is it? You don't need the crit rate one. There it is. Sprightly Von Walk. Now, this one, the 2-piece, increases the wearer's energy recharge rate by 5% when the wearer's speed reaches 145 or higher. The wearer's action is advanced forward by 50% immediately upon entering battle. Now, this would be really good for Bronya to start getting your stuff going as soon as possible. But otherwise, it's tough, man. It's really tough to find one that would work really, really good for Bronya in that sense, on top of that one. I would say, if anything, maybe the Space Sealing Station increases the wearer's attack by 12% when the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher. The wearer's attack increases by another 12%. That way you get that attack boost, which would be really, really good. You could do Musketeer of Wild Wheat, increase the attack by 10%, and the wearer's speed increases by 6%, and basic attack is increased by 10%. Could be a really, really good follow-up right there, but you have some decent options, but it's tough. Originally, when I was just looking at her without focusing, Inert Salcedo increased the crit rate by 8%. I was like, yeah, this could work, but then you get the 100% crit rate anyway, which doesn't. Let me make sure that people understand, like, just because it says 100% doesn't mean you crit every single time. It just means that you have a very high crit rate. Now, do I think you need any more than 100%? Absolutely not. This is going to play exactly like Genshin, where you have a 1-to-2 ratio. So you have 70% crit rate, you want 140% at least crit damage. Like, stuff like that, so. Now, let's talk about light cones. I think that, honestly, her light cone is the best light cone for her. The battle isn't over. Increases the wearer's energy recharge rate by 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16%, and regenerates 1 skill point when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally. The effect can only be triggered after every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. or this effect can be triggered. And then, of course, when the wearer... Oh, hold on. Let me turn... Said I had a doctor's appointment. When the wearer uses a skill and the next ally takes action, or taking action deals 30, 37.5, 45, 52.5, and 60% more damage for 1 turn. Now, of course, if we look at the 4 stars here, you have a couple that you could use. But honestly, I'll be straight up with you. The Battle Isn't Over is our best one. But if you are looking for a free-to-play option, honestly, like, I think maybe Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds. One of the following effects is applied randomly at the start of combat whenever the wearer takes action. Increases all allies' attack by 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20%. Increases all allies' crit damage by 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24%. Or increases all allies' energy recharge rate by 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, and 12. Ugh. The applied effect cannot be identical to the last effect applied and will replace the previous effect. The applied effect will be removed when the wearer has been knocked down. Effects of a similar type cannot be stacked. This might be the better option if you're looking for a 4-star option, because honestly, like, you could do Planetary Rendezvous after entering battle when all allies deal the same damage type as the wearer. Damage dealt increases by 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. Honestly, it's like, you are expecting to have a win team then, and I don't think that that's going to be a benefit to you. And then Memories of the Past increases the wearer's break effect by 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48%, but you're not going to really use that. The only part of this, when the wearer attacks additionally regenerates 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 energy. That's the only good part about that that's gonna work for Bronya. So honestly, my picks: 4-star, Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds. 5-star, obviously The Battle Isn't Over, because that's the only one. Bronya is going to be one of those go-to 5 stars, to be quite honest. It's highly apparent that she's going to be. She's rated among all of us as one of the top tier 5 stars. That's crucial. And there's a good chunk, as you've seen here. Like, this is the list that I used to kind of go over. Like, we got Himeko, we got Clara, Bailu, we got so many that are going to be in that general pool. Welt, Gepard, you know, all that stuff. But in all honesty, Bronya is one of the best characters to get day 1 of Honkai Star Rail. Now, guys, if you like the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. Big shout out to my boy Stray. Stray is the one who actually provided the music in the background, Dokkan Lo-Fi 2, which he does fantastic work, guys. Go check him out. Link is in the description as well. And of course, today's sponsor, Gamer Subs. Yes, if you want a gluten-free, keto-friendly energy drink that is going to actually be more of a benefit to you than a detriment, Gamer Subs is your go-to. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe, y'all.